Very simple. I'm using a yoga block. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, you can absolutely use a book, right? Something sort of a similar shape and size. You can substitute that. A plastic container, like a Tupperware container, something that you might use in your kitchen or for storage, again, around about this type of size would also work. We're not going to be putting our body weight, we're not standing on it or anything today. So just something that you can hold in your hands and hold in your arms. So that's the prop we'll be using. I didn't put this, but maybe transfer like a bolster, a big pillow or something else that's larger, but that's all really time dependent. We'll also be getting down onto the floor. So if you prefer to sit or lie down on a mat, go grab one of those or have that handy. If you're not okay to get right down onto the floor, a chair. I'll give you some options in a chair. Sorry, I haven't tied my hair up. I'm going to get that out of my way. But we're going to begin, and we'll begin. You can be sitting, you can be standing, any way you'd like to orient yourself. We're going to start with the head and neck. So yeah, any way that you're comfortable. So let's begin. So thanks for being here. Hi, Christine. Good to see you again too. All right. Okay. Nice. Now, the first thing we want to do is start with what we call a head ramp position. Now, if I kind of just let myself totally relax, I'm going to give you a little bit of a demonstration. If I let myself go, can you see how my head is kind of a little bit forward from my shoulders? Right? And now if I exaggerate, I'm going to stick my chin out a little bit more and lift it up a little bit. Can you see here in this position? Now, this is exaggerated, but it tends to be quite common these days. The front of my neck is kind of long and my chin is lifted, and then the back of my neck tends to be shortened. Right? It's shorter here than here, right? About twice as long. So a head ramp, what it does is it drops the chin down and pulls it back and up, right? So my head, let's do that again. I'm going to lean forward, right? I'm going to drop my chin down and draw it back. So my head is now on the top of my spine. Think ears over shoulders. Okay, one more time. I like doing things in threes. Chin out, drop your chin down and draw it back. Think also lightly lifting up through the top and the back of your head. Can your head be lightly perched up on top of your spine? All right. Once we have that position, what we're going to do is just simply drop one ear towards the same side shoulder. Heading over in one side. And then come back up again and go the other way. Ear to your other shoulder. And then lift back up again. And then I'm going to just turn my head to look over one shoulder. I want to see what I'm seeing. And let's see if we can make any changes throughout the class. We'll check in here again at the end, come back to center, turn the other way, right? What are you noticing? How far can you go? How does that feel for you? And then come on back. Now, from that nice head ramped long back of the neck position, we're going to do some head circles, all right? Some neck rolls. So if you keep the back of your neck nice and long and then lower your chin towards your chest, right? What do you feel there? Right, then you can take your head to one side, lift your chin up, circle around the other way, and lower your chin back down again. Now just do a few of those in this direction. How does that feel? If this is not okay for your head and neck, you can do a little circle with your nose in space. Okay, and it's just a smaller circle. Okay, now that's about 3 in the one direction. I'm going to go the other way. Oh, interesting. Does it feel different when you go change directions? Does it make different noises? And then come on back up to where you started. No hurry, just when you're ready to go. And then what we'll do is we'll get our hands onto our shoulders, right? We'll try and keep our head in that ramp position. Don't worry if it moves forward, but when you think about it, chin down and back. Let's, with our hands on our shoulders, circle your elbows. Take your elbows around in a circular movement. I'm going one way. I don't often do this with my hands on my shoulders. Nice variation. And then let's go the other way. Two more. And then release. I have a little bit of a shake. All right, now let's become a little bit aware of our arm and shoulder. So what I'm going to do is take one hand, I'm just lifting my other arm up so you can see it. I'm going to start tapping. I'm going to do a little tap of my hand on my arm, on my shoulder. What I'm trying to do here is just wake up, not just wake up sort of my arm, but I'm trying to get my brain, right, to connect to what it feels like in my arm. So my brain a little bit more feedback to the sensations in my hand, in my arm. You may notice that there's certain areas of your body that you're more aware of than other areas, right? And that tends to be your hands and your feet, things that make a lot of contact, right, in daily life right now. Just sort of strokes that slide your hand down. Right? And other areas that you have in parts of the body that your brain is not so aware of, right? That's usually because we use certain body parts more. We need them more. We need that awareness more. Put it this way, if your brain was sensing all of your body parts the same way all of the time, you'd have this sensory overload, right? You'd be feeling what you're wearing constantly. It would be too much for the brain. That's why it's specific on various parts. Okay, let's do the other hand, right? Hopefully that's not too doubled. I can't, here we go. I can't multitask. I can't do this and talk to you at the same time. Becoming very aware of that. Too much for my brain to contemplate. Right? I can't move. I'd either have to be sitting here and giving you a little bit of a lecture without doing any movements, which I think would be a little bit boring and, well, maybe not boring, but not as productive as actually being able to move. So tap your other hand and shoulder. Up and down. See, I'm trying to turn my arm around. All right, and then I'm just going to sort of